Hello, and welcome to my presentation on increasing engagement and online interest in women's university sport. My name is Victoria Dewar, and I am an undergraduate student studying sport management at Brock University. Social media usage has been embraced within the sport industry by teams, leagues, coaches, athletes, and managers. It has been embraced due to social media's ability to reach existing consumers and expand an organization's fan base. Social media provides the unmatched potential for organizations to reach large audiences that cross borders. In addition, social media provides organizations the ability to share real-time information with their stakeholders. The purpose of this study was to explore how a university women's hockey team that utilizes social media to connect with key stakeholders can increase online engagement. This was explored by completing an analysis of the content posted to their social media networking sites over 2 consecutive seasons. The social media networking sites that were analyzed include Twitter and Instagram, and were analyzed in an effort to understand what content types are most engaging to their followers. How these content types, along with certain posting practices, can aid in reaching large audiences was also analyzed. This study analyzed the social media networking sites of the Brock Badgers women's hockey team of Brock University. Brock Women's Hockey competes in the OUA, which is a regional conference of youth sports in Canada. The women's hockey season in Canada runs from October to March. Brock Women's Hockey has seen tremendous growth on the ice and online over the past 2 seasons. They have made the playoffs in both seasons and finished 4th in the 2019 to 2020 OUA regular season standings. When the 2018 to 2019 season began, the team's follower count on Instagram stood at 690 followers and has grown to over 1,300 today. Their Twitter following now stands at over 800. As with any social media account, there is always room for further growth, but there is a need to understand how to cater content to reach these goals. As sport organizations continue to realize the benefits that utilizing social media can have on their organization, there is a growing need to understand the best practices of social media usage. There is also a need for organizations to understand their engagement insights. In addition, there is a need to gain insight on the motivations for their fans' engagement. Once a level of understanding has been reached, sport organizations, including teams, leagues, and athletes, have been able to improve their marketing and communication strategies by catering their social media content to fit the needs and wants of their fans. Due to limited research, university athletic departments, along with their teams, may develop and implement marketing strategies that are uninformed and that they are unable to effectively evaluate. When departments and organizations are unable to implement informed strategies or evaluate them, they may disperse their resources on strategies that are ineffective in achieving an organization's goal that could have been utilized elsewhere. Instagram is a social media tool that utilizes photographs rather than text as its primary mechanism of communication, and has been growing in popularity amongst sport organizations. The ability to share media content on Instagram, such as photo and video, along with its popularity amongst fans, have made the site appealing to sport organizations and made it an effective marketing tool. Twitter is utilized by users to provide more frequent and disposable updates. This frequency is often seen in sport through live game updates, as tweets are shared in an ongoing manner during the event. Live tweeting is seen as a way to facilitate dialogue about an event as it unfolds and creates a space for users to engage with live tweets while watching live events. This study includes a content analysis of posts from 2 consecutive university hockey seasons posted to the Brock Badgers women's hockey team's social media networking sites. The 2018 to 2019 and 2019 to 2020 seasons were analyzed. The content analyzed includes all posts to the team's Instagram profile and all original content to the team's Twitter. On Instagram, posts to the team's story were not included. On Twitter, quoted tweets were included, while retweets were not. The content from the 2018 to 2019 season produced 152 Instagram posts and 615 tweets for analysis, while the 2019 to 2020 season produced 109 Instagram posts and 586 tweets. The content from the 2 seasons produced a dataset of 261 Instagram posts and 1,201 tweets for use in the content analysis. Instagram provides business accounts with a variety of insights on their posts, which were all included as part of the dataset. Instagram's insights provide a detailed breakdown of a post's likes, comments, shares, sends, and saves. There are also insights provided on click interactions, reach, and impressions. Impressions are broken down into from home, hashtags, explore, location, profile, and from other. Twitter's tweet activity provides a breakdown of a tweet's impressions, media views, and total engagements, which were also included as part of the dataset. The total engagements are further broken down to include the number of retweets, likes, and replies a tweet has received, as well as the number of follows received directly from a tweet. Click interactions and engagement with multimedia were also included in the dataset. The date and time of each post and tweet was also collected. After collecting the data included in the dataset, the data was coded using a codebook developed by adopting and modifying codebooks used in previous literature. Each of the Instagram posts was coded by its content form, the post's objective, and brand attribute. Each tweet was coded as to if it was live tweeted, the content of it, and by the gratification sought by followers. Within many areas, it was possible for Instagram posts and tweets to be assigned to 2 or more categories. In these cases, a new category was assigned to include the multiple categories contained within the post or tweet. After the coding process was completed, frequency distributions and chi-square tests were conducted. The following results can aid university sport marketers and managers in understanding what type of content leads to a higher level of fan online engagement. The content form that was most engaged with on Instagram was photo. Posts that included a photo as the first content item, followed by video, were also very well engaged with. Graphics to promote games were the least engaged with content form. Instagram posts that's primary objective was charitable were better engaged with than those with a sporting objective. Posts with a charitable objective included food drives and school visits. Team charity was the most engaged with brand attribute, while player promotion was also well engaged with. Player promotion posts included player biographies, athlete of the week recognitions, and graduating athlete profiles. Posts made on Sundays and Wednesdays were the most engaged with over the 2 seasons. Posts made between 6 a.m. and noon had the highest levels of engagement. Those posted between noon and 6 p.m. also had high levels of engagement. The day of the week and time of day can be used in creating best posting practices for university sport marketers to reach the largest audience with their messaging. The frequency distributions show that the team's most frequent posts under the elements of content form and brand attribute align with what is most engaging. A recommendation could be made for marketers and managers of university sport to develop more content that falls under the category of a charitable objective, as this content could help increase engagement. The results of this study found that tweets that were sent outside of live game time were the best engaged with by fans. In addition, there was a higher level of engagement with tweets that included a photo or video. When it comes to the gratification sought by followers, community news and player recognition were tweets that were most engaged with. This closely resembles that of the brand attributes of Instagram posts. Tweets that received the highest levels of engagement were sent on Monday and Wednesday and between 6 a.m. and noon. These results arise as these are days and times when the team had not played games over the 2 seasons analyzed, so live tweets that received the lowest levels of engagement were not present. The frequency distributions show that many of the 1,201 tweets sent over the 2 seasons analyzed did not resemble those that were the most engaged with. The frequency distributions provide insight on the university team's main usage with regards to Twitter, as each of the frequencies point to live tweeting of their games. With live tweeting being the main objective of their Twitter account usage, it is recommended that university teams include a photo or video to make their live tweeting practices more engaging to fans. The results of this study confirm the findings of a previous study that showed evidence that certain types of post content can lead to a higher level of engagement. This study has advanced the previous study by extending its application to Instagram and Twitter and within the sport industry, as the previous study focused on the Facebook page of an academic health sciences library. The results of this study can be utilized to create better posting guidelines and ways to better time posts in order to further increase fan engagement amongst sport organizations, specifically those of university sport. The study completed also addressed a call for future research on the most effective promotional strategies relative to a sport entity's characteristics. This study focused on the niche domain of university sport in Canada, which is a domain that holds a varying set of characteristics and whose fans seek different content from that of professional sport organizations, where there's a higher amount of research on social media usage. The results of this study can be used by universities, sport marketers and managers, as well as athletic departments and teams to create an informed marketing plan with effective engagement strategies. The use of less graphics for the promotion of games and more content surrounding a team's interactions with the community is one of the informed decisions that could be made and put into practice as a result of this study. One limitation posed by this study is that the content posted to the team's Instagram story was not collected or included in the dataset. Instagram's story feature that allows users to post disappearing content has continued to grow in popularity due to its ability to give followers and viewers inside access or a day in the life of an organization. Future studies that analyze the story feature's ability to increase engagement and followership for sport organizations is encouraged. In addition, future studies that analyze the engagement levels of content posted to men's university team accounts is encouraged to be able to draw comparisons with this study on a women's team. This will aid sport managers in understanding if social media provides more prominence to women's sport. Lastly, future studies on live tweeting and what content and posting practices can be utilized to improve engagement with these tweets is encouraged. The results of this study indicate that live tweets were the least engaged with, even though this is when the team's product is in action. I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation and for your attention throughout. If you have any questions about the study that was completed, I encourage you to send me an email at the email provided. In addition, you are welcome to email my advisor, Dr. Olan Scott, at the email provided. Thank you again, stay safe, and stay well.